The Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom is an independent German organization that promotes liberal values and the principles of freedom, focusing on freedom and property, freedom and civil society, and freedom and the rule of law. The FNF Africa Freedom Prize honors outstanding personalities who provide decisive impulses for the development of liberal civil society in African countries. The recipients of the award are highly respected and influential individuals who make a real stand for liberal values and who tirelessly defend democracy across the African continent. Today, we look back at the past recipients of the award, reflect on where the continent is today, what has improved, and what challenges still remain. And finally, we examine who the future engineers of change may be in Africa's journey to freedom and prosperity. Past recipients of the FNF Africa Freedom Prize include former leader of the opposition in South Africa, Mmusi Maimane, radio personality Gareth Cliff, Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine, Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema, who received the award whilst he was the leader of the opposition in Zambia, and most recently, Nigerian novelist Chimanda Ngozi Adichie. Let's revisit some of the important points made by the recipients of the awards in their acceptance speeches. Gareth Cliff, the 2016 award recipient, chose to highlight the right to freedom of speech and the critical responsibilities that it comes with, as well as the importance of facilitating dialogue and unearthing myths, helping society to speak to each other rather than at each other. In 2017, Hakainde Hichilema spoke of a new generation with new and different ideas taking action for new ideals, and that fighting for freedom is a responsibility, not a choice, and we all carry that responsibility. 2018 recipient Mmusi Maimane's speech covered a wide range of topics, including racial segregation, human slavery, economic inequality, rewriting the African story, the need for Africa to liberate itself from its liberators, aid versus trade, and the importance of holding governments to account. In 2019, Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine expanded on, among other things, the struggle to break free from the shackles of dictatorship, an ongoing struggle in Uganda today, upholding the dignity of women and how looting and cronyism was holding back Africa's development. Our most recent winner, Chimanda Ngozi Adichie, used her speech in 2020 to talk about raising the bar for men through raising awareness on the issue of violence towards women by men and the importance of challenging culture, being okay with questioning why we do things. But that was then, and now, at a difficult time for the world and for the continent in particular, how have things progressed since the Africa Freedom Prize recipients accepted their awards? Well, for one, Zambian opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema is now Zambian President Hichilema, having won the 2021 presidential election with over 59% of the vote, a decisive victory indeed. The new president has his work cut out for him and is quoted as committing his government to human rights, to restoring the rule of law, to fostering democracy, and to ending restrictions on the press. Since 2018, South Africa's Mmusi Maimane has gone on to create the One South Africa movement, whose vision is to bring people together regardless of race and background to build a peaceful and prosperous society. During the recent local government elections and in the national elections to come, One SA is partnering with independent candidates and community organizations across South Africa to bring power closer to communities. Now that's real democracy. Chimanda Ngozi Adichie, meanwhile, has been as tirelessly vocal as she's ever been in championing feminist issues. At the Vice-Chancellor's open lecture at the University of Cape Town recently, for example, she talked of her deep belief in the power of storytelling because it enables real human empathy and human connection, and that if men were made to read women's stories, violence against women would decrease. This is because literature had the ability to convey an intimate familiarity with the experiences of others and could cause men to see the full humanity of women. It is harder, she said, to abuse someone when you can see their full humanity. And we would certainly agree with that, an observation that applies as equally to race and nationality as it does to gender, and an important observation in the Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom's ongoing support of freedom and democratic values. So, what does the future hold for these values across Africa and for the FNF Africa Freedom Prize? The ongoing restrictions in many countries of both movement and liberties due to the COVID-19 pandemic means that the cause of defending democracy and freedom is more pertinent than ever, as is the Foundation's unwavering commitment to promoting liberal policy and politics in the form of human rights, the rule of law, democracy, innovation, digitalization, and free trade. Individuals of the caliber of our Freedom Prize recipients give us much optimism for the future of freedom and prosperity in Africa. As we've seen, it is these outstanding personalities who continue to tirelessly champion the development of liberal civil society, and who are growing this message in their own countries and across Africa. Which is why we are, as ever, so optimistic about the continent's future and convinced of the value that the FNF Africa Freedom Prize provides in recognizing those who speak out in support of human rights, the rule of law, and democracy. We look forward with great anticipation to recognizing the recipients of the FNF Africa Freedom Prize in the years to come. Watch this space.